Good day, friends, and welcome to my first episode of the Exile DLC of the Cultist Simulator. In this series, I'm going to document my first playthrough of this DLC, or much more, the attempt of the first playthrough, because I can't imagine that I won't be able to beat the mysteries of this game at the first attempt. I didn't achieve that with the game at the first try. I never completed a single playthrough of Cultist Simulator, although I played the game a lot of hours. So this series is strongly focused into the narrative of this game, so I'm going to spend a lot of time reading texts and trying to build up some atmosphere, and maybe the series will appear a little bit slow-paced, and I'm going to explain the mechanics of the game more alongside of the videos. This is not so much a tutorial series as an attempt to explore with you the mysteries of this alternative world, because I deeply appreciate the work of the developers of this game, and let's tune down the music a little bit. It's wonderful, but it's maybe a little bit too wonderful. So with the Exile DLC, we get a new background of the Exile. So we're going to name ourselves Icon the Exile. I don't have a clue what happened here. I took a quick glimpse before I started the series, and there were more questions than answers, exactly how I love this game. Shortly I stopped playing to begin this wonderful series. So behind this icon we see the action square where we can employ things, make use of something, addresses opportunities, run operations, or convert years to cash. So that was the first thing I stumbled upon, which made me wonder, convert years to cash. So in my inventory are 7 stolen years and 7 stolen decades. A year of generously donated life as entered in the cindered tally. I don't have a clue what that is, but it is a stolen lifespan, so obviously my background is somebody who's deep enough in the occult arts to actually own lifetime. Concerning enough. And since I have this wonderful icon down here, it led me to the assumption that lifetime seems to be sort of a currency, to me at least. So we have also traces, a betraying clue that my pursuers might recognize. Reckoners appear more quickly and are more powerful when there are more traces on the board. Reckoners are new enemies, which got included with the DLC. I don't know these yet. I didn't play the beforehand DLCs either, because I wanted to wait until the game has a more enriched experience. I started to play Cultist Simulator a pretty big lot, and then I felt like it was pretty incomplete, and then I waited for the DLCs to amass, and with the Exile DLC I felt like the time has come. So I'm also having an escape plan. I need to get somewhere I'll be safe, at least for a little while. And this is an opportunity, so this will combine with the employ square, doesn't it? Yes. My old confederates are out searching for me. I hear their whistles and their fingers snapping at every corner. No wonder, given what I've just stolen. But enough was enough. So I might consider what I have stolen should be the lifetime. So I'm getting hunted by the people which are owning and trading lifetime. I think they are trading lifetime because they can turn the lifetime into cash. Whatever might be the case, we want to escape from here. So let's activate that and see what happened. I know a woman named Orsolina in Venice. She wasn't always a woman, but she's lived there a very long time. So we're getting a event card for Venice. So when I first stumbled into this DLC, I had a different place. So obviously, this where you start your journey is not always the same. So that's awesome. And look at that, it's even getting highlighted. So Venice, That's the text I already read there. Okay, so next up is far enough and fast enough. I have more than enough cash for the journey, but I might need to travel light. Leaving a city will shake off your pursuers, but they'll find you again eventually. So let's see what you have here. Cash. So this is the travel interaction sphere. Cultist Simulator always uses these catalyzers, fields where you can put cards into and then they interact somehow. This game is lovely. The wheel turns. So this is, I think, just a counter for the passing of the days. So I'm going to set that thing over here. A hostile move. The assassin is moving against me. So these are reckoner attacks, and they will cause us wounds if they succeed. We need to use a card to defend ourselves. So I don't know yet what kind of cards I can are available to defend myself. So I'm going to explore or travel to Venice. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I need to I need cash to pay my way, so that's that. Time to go. Have I forgotten anything? So now we're starting an interaction. Where do I want to put that? Okay. So we're now taking time to pack up the cash we have, and obviously the more I have, the more time I need to go. But now we have the little bit of cash with us, and off we go to Venice. I don't know yet what kind of resources these icons are, but we're going to find out. So now we're having this wonderful little animation of the train back there. The atmosphere of this game is baffling, while the design is still quite minimalistic. So the traces are now gone since we left the place. Orsolina keeps a little fish restaurant in the Cannaregio. You know my trouble, she told me last visit. Bacala was always my weakness. If I'd never tasted it, I'd still be living in the earth, no doubt of that. So, that sounds like a little metaphorical speech for cannibalism, I'd say. So, Orsolina, the Delver, a muscular woman with a steady gaze, her diet has changed since her days in the Lionsmith's service, but she still retains some of her old strength. Okay. Weird enough, but obviously a friendly face for us. We dissolved the assassin's attack there, so that's good. I don't really know who I am. I don't know if that's something, a part missing because I didn't play the last DLCs, but I don't mind. I'm pretty sure the game will tell me what I need to know at some point. So I already read that. So this is a contact here. She's having a little bit of money for us. And now, what do we have here? Reconnect. I don't know how to pronounce that. I need to look that up. But this is basically exploring a place out there. It's a cold old world out there, but I know a few tricks. So, the knife's secret. This is the lowest secret of the path of the edge aspect. The edge aspect sums up everything, which is murder, assassination. If you're new to this game, this is one of the prime aspects the game follows, one of the major secrets of this world we're going to explore together. So, sniff out possibilities. What do we have here? Relinquish. Someone took a shot at me as I got out with the years. I'd almost forgotten, so what's that? I'm trying to get my options together before I make any choices. So what do we have here? I've changed the dressing. I can move well enough. I could wait for it to heal, or heal it with stolen years if I'm in a hurry. But it'll take a whole decade and it'll certainly be noticed. So, Slowly, I'm assuming that I somehow am a enlightened person out of the occult circles you are striving to find in the base game. Because a wound which I could heal with stolen life years, that's certainly nothing small, and I have this with me. I don't know. Let's wait for more aspects. Communication. I have excellent reasons not to contact anyone from my old life, but that might yet change. Or maybe I'm a high-ranked person of another cult. That would make sense. Well, let's see. I want to see where the sell, abandon, extirpate, surrender. So I could raise cash. Selling lifespan directly for cash gets a lower price and will quickly draw reckoner attention. Once I find a better alternative, I should do it as little as possible. So that's another text. Stolen life is more easily sold by the year than the decade. I have the tools to make the necessary changes, but I must be very careful with my pen strokes. She who comes before the sun looks unkindly on sloppiness. Decades cannot be sold. Years cannot be used to heal wounds. Years cannot be converted back into decades. Okay, so I can't break down decades. I can break down decades, but I can't reforge decades out of years. Okay. I can only sell single years. Who on earth is buying years? Let's check out if we can sniff around in Venice. Walk the city, seeking opportunities. Always a small risk to create a trace. I don't even know what my goal is so far, but it seems to me that we are already enlightened. Make use of something. Let's see. I'm going to wait out for these timers before I do some other plans. So, what's in the message here? Temptation. What do we have here? I've stolen a fortune in years from a reckoner lord who trusted me. Who are the reckoners? He'll pursue me across continents, but even his reach has limits. Achieve 7 obscurity to send a taunting message to your reckoner foe. Disappear forever and win the game. So, that's one way to end the game, but we can communicate. I could meet with Ursulina. I probably should do that, but let's wait what my first sniffing around at this place will bring out. So I get the location card back, and there's an opportunity and official connections. I could always use more friends. So price in years, so possibly they will want to have some price. So I also seem to have produced a trace. So this is timed on 5 minutes, but I'm going to contact Ursulina first because I don't have a goal yet, and that's troubling me. So there's a trace. So traces don't expire. The foe himself can appear once there are at least 5 traces. So the foe himself will be the Reckoner Lord I'm fleeing from. I might assume as much. Ursulina welcomes me with a huge, fierce hug and listens to my troubles. Of course I will help, she insists. But it is not easy for me to cross the lagoon, not in my condition. But I have eaten too much from the sea, but there's still something that may help me in the vault of Palazzo Darlo. Darlo? I don't know. The palazzo is haunted, but not too haunted for us, I think. So, 200 years ago, an immortal named Hokobald worked alchemy here. In another 100 years, it may slide into the canal. It's wreathed in mist and prowled by gloomy dead, but Ursulina believes its vault was never been breached. So, that's a travel target. Get in, get the goods, get out. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. We need obscurities, okay. However, we might achieve that. So I can do this. What's that? No reckoner is ever foolish enough to pass into the higher levels of the Mansus. To draw the attention of the true Long, or their masters, would invite annihilation. But my foe had some traffic with the hours of struggle and conquest. He enjoyed certain protections. Boldness draws attention. This will destroy any current obscurity and create a trace. So, this text makes me assume that the Reckoners are not practitioners of the art, because the knife's secret is one of the most basic secrets of the hours. Interesting. So, feel free to ask questions if you have any. This game tends to be rather cryptic, and I like that as it is. But I also am eager to explain if you dare to ask. So, there's now the option to explore this place, but I'm going to try this. This guy is buying a year, and let's see what happens if I use that. And I'm going to explore this place, and I think I'm going to use cash for that, so let's see. It's possibly going to be a horrible mistake, but let's try our best. So, official connection, and done. A mutually beneficial arrangement with someone in authority. So, I guess I can use that at some point. Assists deception, yeah. Suspect connection. Asset, okay. So, I used one of my years to bargain a favor. I don't know if that's only something working in Venice, but we're going to check this out in the future. So, I'm not the only one with enemies. If I arrange a public rift with this contact, I might gain underworld connections instead. Or I might just annoy my current contacts. This will usually work, but sometimes fail and leave you with no connections in the trace. So, I can do this like that. What's this here? A consideration. Worth. It has to be worth something. I'm not owning too many things at this point, so let's check out what I can do here, but no. Let's keep exploring Venice in the meantime. I feel like I need to find things to achieve something. Ready. 3 momentum means success. There'll be complications before that. Okay, whatever that means. I've begun. Keep an eye on the operation. Complications will arrive. Okay. Some travels are intended to broaden one's mind. Others to lengthen one's life. So, we're going to need some location, ally, destination. So, that's a very interesting question what to use there, but I don't have anything which might help me on this one. Or, well, let's see. Maybe it's not necessary to use anything. The game never tells you that. So, what do we have here? Once again, fire and ingenuity have served me well. So, here you see the aspects which will work with this event. So, it's hard to tell what'll happen now because I'm completely unaware of what's going to happen, but I'm going to use the knife secret here and see what's going to happen. It's a wonderful thing about this game. When you don't know what to do next, just do things and crash and burn. That's the most beautiful thing about this game. So, what did we find here? We found dawn. Sunrise. When the world is clean, I can utilize that. Okay, watch the dawn. There's a temptation. What does happen? Okay. Let's try that. Let's try what happens if I dwell on this one. It's very important to try out pretty much anything that crosses your mind at the beginning of this game. Just one slip. I've been careful, but not careful enough. A trace on the board will sometimes draw. Okay, so this will resolve into another trace, my second one. So, the dawn was combinable into tranquility. So, even in a life like mine, there are moments when it's possible to think. What may come, may come. So, I can use this here. Let's try this out because it's a timed resource. I don't know if it's a good idea, but let's move quicker for the first time. Because I can't think of anything to do at this point. So, getting cash seems to be another important thing there. So, oh, an underworld connection. So, I've been around, and when you get around, you get to know a certain kind of professional. That's just how it is. Okay, so I'm going to, well, we're going to pay this person the price in years. So, cobwebby, reproachful remnants, fragile but quicker than they look, and their touch will draw the years right out through the skin. So, what's this? Aspect. Needs winter. There's a complication, but this much winter would resolve it. Edge is also able to resolve it. So the game here seems to be to achieve 8 units of edge aspects or winter. I hope they'll combine. So that's only 2. Let's check that out further. That's lantern and not winter. She's also not useful here. The years are not helping either. So, the knife secret is not too useful here either. So, let's use that. That's at least 4 units of winter, and then we're going to see what happens next. I don't know why my wound is able to be of use here, but we now have a underworld connection. There we go. That's 8 units of edge. Violence is a solution. Alright, wonderful. So, turns out Venice serves me well. So, wait a second. I can send discreet messages from Venice. If I run, I should run somewhere I have an old friend, or at least an old acquaintance. This allows you to find a place to flee to. There's a small... okay. So this is the way to find some place to flee to, but there's also some hint that I shouldn't be using this too early because I could get sniffed out. So let's keep stalking Venice. So there's that tingling sensation on the back of my neck. Someone's looking for me. Okay. Reckoners have evidence that I'm here. They're summoning help to smoke me out. So possibly it's about time to actually sniff out some place to flee to. So we have created another trace there, sadly. Medical credentials. I could take this opportunity to qualify extremely rapidly as a doctor. Yeah, sure. Wait a sec. Aspect weapon. I'm going to need... Well, let's use the official connection. Why not? Let's check this out. I can now be a doctor. Did I get that right? Okay, so yeah, there goes the second trace. Not good. So and good morning to you, doctor. So the name on the license isn't exactly mine, but it's close enough. So make use of something. So, location. I don't know what to fill into the location slot, though. It's obviously not Venice. Okay. Okay, so I can exchange the medical credentials into money here. That's one thing, and the other thing I can't figure out just right now. So one more complication before we're done, and oh, that's a big one. A heavy walled door with an impressive lock. So we're going to need knock or forge. So let's see. I'm going to use Ursulina's help in this because she obviously is somebody who could be helping on that. So the assassins are out for me there, though. So can I defend myself with this? Let's try. But I'm going to sniff out a new place to flee to. I didn't expect the assassins to be on my heels that quickly, but it's time to look for someplace else. I can lease a quiet place to work, but no. This opportunity is not going to happen in Venice. Because there are already traces in them having people on my heels. The capers failed. That's not cool. That's really not cool. Damn. That's not as I expected it, as I was hoping it to go. So we're going to travel to Valletta. Or not. So I'm going to sell some lifespan first. Obviously I can't... So... yeah. The traces are covering up, are getting together too much. So, wow. They are relentless. I might be actually dying in the first episode, huh? So, I missed out a backup plan, and I'm going to get stabbed here, I'm pretty sure. So, there's another wound. So... there's the 5th trace, and there's some cash. So now we can flee to Valletta. And I can't, because I'll need more cash than 1. Oh dear. So that's really bad. The knife secret is exhausted, so... I really need to run. Luckily, they try to bring some bigger boss than the guy they've sent before. So I have some more time to sell off the lifetime, but then I need to run away. So, a minor reckoner lord has entered the city. So, it's about time to run. So, the underboss is attacking me directly. Yeah. So let's put Ursulina between that. Maybe she can help me. But we're getting out of here. So I've produced another trace. And this is really quite a high pressure here. So I think my biggest mistake here has been that I was snooping around the city too carefree and producing traces like crazy. So, off we go. That's the first part. So, we're still alive, are we? Kemal is waiting for me on the quayside. I'll do what I can, he assures me. I have the governor's ear. You know the British. Very reliable, though not so bright. So another set of opportunities arises, and my good friends, we are going to leave this episode here. So I hope you enjoyed your ride with me in this game. We're going to explore Valletta in the next episode, and hopefully survive from whatever's following me. So, yeah, feel free to drop me a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. I really enjoy this game, and I'm super happy about this DLC, which brings a completely new perspective into the game, which is a very different experience from the base game, I can assure you that. And yeah, I would be super grateful if you could lend me your support with likes on this video, some share with your friends, or even a subscription to this channel would be super helpful to me, but only do what feels great to you. I don't mind if you don't. I just hope you had enough fun to explore Valletta with me in the next episode. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.